y'all, Bear Curtis here again. Been doing a few reviews of some of my old knives. Some of them I've done reviews on before. This is the timber rattler Bowie. This particular one I got about 4 or 5 years ago. Probably pressing closer to about 5 years now. This makes the second one in my lifetime. The first one I let my ex-wife talk me into getting rid of, and I got a new one. But I think it was like last year. I'm not sure if you guys see my old review. If not, look at it. Last year, the cross guard broke off of it, which I'm not going to complain about, because in all honesty, with that off, this thing has become a monster. I actually really like it better without the cross guard. I did modify my handle. I wrapped it in leather, put me a little finger strings right here, and the sheath I modified it as well, which this sheath is way better than the sheath that came on the first one I ever owned. I can't explain enough how much I like this sheath. But I modified it because the cross guard came off, so I no longer needed the strap over button. I took it off. I did a little ornamental wrap on the top and put a turkey feather on from a turkey I got a couple years ago with my bow. So the sheath is really good. I mean, still very strong. The belt loop's very strong. No complaints about the sheath at all. As for the knife itself, because I think I picked this knife up for like 25 bucks. It's a $25 Bowie, made out of surgical steel. This is barge rope. This is 3-wrap barge rope. And if you know anything about barge rope ain't easy to cut. It's pretty tough rope. The wind out here is ridiculous. Hopefully it don't blow my phone over. Look at those curls. That's a mean edge on a foot-long knife. And this thing, you're not bending it. That 1/4 inch steel, you're not bending that. $20, $25 or whatever they go for now, which can't be very much more, you're not getting a better deal than that on a reliable Bowie, because I beat the shit out of this thing. Like, when I grab a knife that I know I'm going to walk out here with and rely on, this is one of the first ones that goes in my bag. I mean, every now and then I throw it on my belt, because especially when I'm out in the mountains camping, you want a bigger knife. But for the little bushcraft trips and the little down in the woods trips, I normally take my Damascus tracker and my Firestorm. But this normally goes in my bag. Out in the mountains, this goes on my belt. My other ones go on the bag, in the bag. But that's a knife that ain't gonna fail you. That is just a mean knife. And That's all I can say as a review. You ain't gonna get a better deal than what you pay on this. The quality of it for the price is way more than I expected. Normally you get a knife for 20 bucks, the handle falls apart, the blade chips, it bends, all kinds of problems. And especially, like I said, man, that's ambitious. It's tough. But especially for a knife this big, getting it for that price, you're not expecting a whole lot. This thing is completely blew my expectations since the first time I owned one, which is the reason I ended up buying a second one. The only problem I've had, my first one, the cross guard never fell off. This past one was kind of my fault. I was cutting big ass limbs, and I think I smacked the cross guard on a downward chop, not paying attention, and I put a stress fracture on it, which just wore over time and broke it. But like I said, personally, I'm kind of glad it happened because I like this knife a lot better without the cross guard. It's, you know, more suited to me and my personality and my usage for it. But if it had 5 stars on it, I'd give it all 5 and try to add more because, like I said, damn good knife. You have the money, one's interested, you know, you're interested in one, I'd spend the money on it. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I come on here, I give you guys my opinions and my personal experience with knives I've actually used, knives I keep around, and most of them ain't very expensive, you know, but I ain't gonna sit here and tell you a bunch of BS on a knife that you should buy if it ain't worth it. And like I said, as for price goes, I stake my name on these. Real good knives, good steel. I've never had any of these chip. You really don't have to sharpen them a whole lot either. I mean, they maintain a pretty decent edge. I mean, unless you're doing something highly stupid with them. I mean, you bash it off a rock, yeah, you might have to roll the edge back over because it's gonna mess up the edge, but common sense and, you know, knowing how to actually use a knife prevents a lot of things you don't really have to do. But let's leave that where it lays. Yeah, I got this from I'm wanting to say it was Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Both times I got this knife from. I think Bud K, I think they carry them. I don't know if Amazon carries them or not. But I do remember the first one I ever bought, I only paid $12 for it. This one I believe was around $20, $25. And it has my nickname. Has my nickname etched into the blade. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. The way the sun and everything's hitting, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna pick it up. But it's got my neck. It says Bear right down the side of the blade, which costed me a couple extra bucks to have that done. But other than that, I mean, it's still, I paid a lot less money for this knife than what it truly would be worth if it was basing it off of the quality of this blade, because it is a highly functional, well built blade. But anyhow, that's my review. It's windy and cold, so I'm gonna end it there, and hopefully y'all, you know, if you take an interest, you'll pick you up one, because I mean, it is what it is. I come to you guys and I tell you how it is in my opinion, and like, unless you're doing something really dumb with this, and I bet you I could bury this through the side of my truck door and stand on it and take it out and still cut paper. I mean, that's how much I believe in this knife, because I have done some highly dumb things with this blade. I've cut tree limbs bigger than my freaking leg. I've whittled down stuff, I've split wood with it. You know, I throw it when I go out. Like, me and my buddies sometimes will sit around the fire, we'll throw knives into logs. I have had no problems with this knife or any of that. this knife has been just one beast of a knife. So with that all being said, I give it 5 out of 5 stars, and like I said, I stake my name on it. So if you guys are interested in one, you want to pick one up, I'll personally say, you know, you made one hell of a good purchase.